Right, so we're in Barnet County Court. We just had a rollicking day. And what else? So Keeda was facing an alleged
committal
hearing because she didn't comply with a court order.
Yes.
That she's never been served with any proceedings, nor order, nor nothing to her knowledge.
That's correct.
So from about 3 months out.
3 months, because it's from
since
September.
She's been asking the lawyers and the Kafka's lady
and the Kafka's officer, who's been appointed guardian of the little girl.
Well, she's been appointed. We haven't seen the appointment.
We've never seen the appointment.
She's purportedly been appointed.
Correct.
But you've also been writing to the court and phoning up.
Yep.
And they've not been able to give you any evidence of a claim.
That's correct.
So far, 2 months ago, you had a document from Martin Ray.
That's correct.
Which is, what's wrong with the document? It's half of it is blacked out.
It's redacted. More than half of
redacted.
It's 90%.
Have you got it there handy?
90% of it is redacted. I'll show you.
And then you've since been trying to get.
Here we go. Here's an
example. Show one.
Here's an example. This is what we're talking about.
That is the claim against her that she's to respond to.
This is it. And these are where
so
all the allegations are.
The boxes that are ticked are visible.
Are visible.
So that means it's been deliberately done.
Yes.
So she has tried to get the clean copy and nobody's been able to provide her.
Yes.
But very importantly, show me the front of that document.
We'll see the date.
It has no court seal whatsoever.
That's correct.
So this is effectively not a court document.
Yep.
So nobody can hold it up to say it's a Children's Act case or what. It's not a case. It's not a court document. County Court Act 1984, Section 135. It's an indictable offence, carries 7 years in jail per item. So somebody is abusing the court process to bring fictitious claims, which we are well aware of in bankruptcy, repossession, children, and God knows all sorts of other things, money claim, anything to do with court basically. Don't worry. This is the magnificent lighting of Barnet County Court. I guess they got budget cuts. So anyway, the adventure of this case, it started, you had a committal hearing supposedly to go to prison for whatever.
Yep.
And nobody's been able to serve you with this hearing.
And the claims, the particulars of claims, I've made a request for...
We made a request to see the court file.
Fundamentally, to see
and
the
computerized court records.
That's it.
And
also, most importantly, the adjudication that's meant to determine whether or not...
Establish that she's an unfit parent,
That's
and
correct.
therefore they have grounds for a Children's Act case.
That's it.
So we don't believe this exists, and even if they made one up on paper, it's not going to be able to correct the computerized court records.
Please tell them about your question to Mr. Martin Ray about client care and the duty to care, when you said to him, what will be done or what is going to be done about this matter if Miss So-and-so is what was it again you said, is a victim of a fraudulent case.
Yeah.
And the outburst was?
Nothing.
That's correct.
Nothing.
He did not even try to correct Anthony's presumption or assumption about the case being a fraud.
It's not a presumption, an assumption. We've seen it. We've seen the hard evidence.
Exactly, we've seen the hard evidence. But if in his mind he would be countering or defending that statement,
he could have offered to sort it out or resolve it somehow.
But in hindsight, I believe that if he did that or said anything about that, it would be implied admission. And acceptance.
It doesn't matter. So his response was, I'm not going to do anything.
He's not going to do anything.
Yeah?
Yep.
So he's kind of admitting that there is a fraud.
That is true.
Yeah? He didn't say there is no fraud.
That's it. And he's not going to do anything about it.
So the next thing is, what else? There's so many juicy things in this case. So we not being able to get the record or the evidence or the
Yeah.
particulars of claim or the court file to show court record, computer record to show if they paid a fee.
Yep.
But after months of requests, the court manager, apparently the court manager is
Yep. Barbara Mortimer.
Barbara Mortimer,
Yep.
sent an email
Just yesterday.
which is hours before the hearing.
Yep. Just
And she
a-
said
a
in her
day before
email,
the hearing.
she confirmed the case was issued by the court.
That's correct. She said yes.
But
it
she
was.
didn't provide any evidence to
That's
say
it.
and it can't be issued by the court because the paper is not sealed. The one
And-
document you have
Yep.
is not sealed by the court. So,
And she also said that there's no receipt.
and she said there's no receipt. So if, the rule of court is if you haven't paid the fee, there can't be a case.
That's it.
So what else? So we fast forward into today. We had, from the information they sent you yesterday, you compiled an affidavit. And this affidavit is fantastic because we should put it up on the internet somewhere. We asked for a cost order. We asked for the proceedings to be dismissed by an administrative order
That's correct.
because it's an administration issue. It can't go to judiciary or a judge because there's never been a valid claim. So it's an administrative order to declare the proceedings void.
That's it.
I don't think they see that every day in their life.
Nope.
That's a rarity, but everybody needs
That's
to know.
That's why she wanted to kick you out of
Yeah,
court.
yeah.
So next
If-
time you
if
better
you
be
have-
on your best behavior.
No, I was on very good behavior. If you have a claim against you which is not properly constituted as required by the law, it is not a judicial matter. It's an administrative
Administrative
order
order.
by the court staff who
Yep.
have to sort it out.
Yep.
The rules of the court state that the administration and the judiciary have to be kept separate and independent. So the administration is cocked up or fraudulently managed. It's the administration who has to declare it void. And the judge said in there, when you asked her for the court record, she said it's a matter for the administration.
That is correct.
So, what's her name? Julia
Rachel
Karp, her honor judge.
Judge.
But I believe she wasn't acting as her honor judge today
That's
because
correct.
she's acting out of. I learned this one. She's acting outside of the scope of her indemnity insurance.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Well, I know.
So she's not a judge in that moment.
I know that.
Right.
The entire thing, hence the reason
Okay.
why I was addressing her as Miss Carp.
Right.
Because her conduct did
Yeah.
not reflect that of a
Yeah.
professional.
Okay.
So she wasn't convincing me.
Yeah. So you then have in your affidavit that the case has never been issued by the court because you've never been served. You've never seen a court stamp on anything. You've never seen evidence of the fee paid. You haven't seen the computer records. So it's not been issued by the court. So there
Yep.
is no actual case.
That's it.
So that's a killer. Not every day people come and say this wasn't issued by the court.
There you go.
So they had another one where we're saying since it wasn't issued by the court, you have no case to answer
Thank you.
because there is no case.
Thank you.
So they want to come in there and discuss a case
That
and
doesn't exist.
manufacture a case
That doesn't
that
exist.
has nothing to support it and make you believe. Now this is what you call deception. So to make you believe you have a case when there is no case in fact and in law,
Yep.
they are making billions and billions on this scam. On our belief. It's not just the church that rip us off on our belief.
I know. I like it. I like it.
And the Pope.
I like it.
And also, so you said you had no case to answer.
That's right.
And you made a sworn affidavit and
Yes.
handed it in,
Yes.
which shook me. So
Yeah.
when you asked the judge, did you receive my affidavit? She wouldn't answer.
She didn't want to answer.
So we asked her 5 or 6 times. She didn't
Yep.
answer.
I asked her
Okay.
again a couple of times.
And we did another good thing. We asked her to make sure is the recording running.
Yes.
She didn't give a straight answer. She says all cases
Yes.
are recorded.
Yes.
Is that a yes or a
As-
no, ma'am?
It wasn't.
Don't know. So we raised the issue of perjury because the statements made that there was a case and so on and a claim
Yes.
and various
Yes.
other things.
Yep.
are not valid because there is no case issued by the court, so it's perjury. And in a Children's Act case, before they can make any move, they have to declare the parent an unfit parent,
That's
and it
correct.
has to be adjudicated.
That's correct.
And we've never seen any evidence, and we've asked a couple of times,
We've asked
In
twice.
writing.
We've asked twice so far.
Uh-huh.
Yep, we've asked
and
twice.
no one can provide that adjudication.
Yep,
So they want to steamroll ahead
Yep.
with a case when there
Yep.
is no case.
yep,
So the next breakthrough we made on this, even
Yep.
though it's purportedly a Children's
Yep.
Act case,
yep,
I said I'm your representative on the Article 6 of the Human Rights Act.
yep,
And they admitted me to represent you in there.
Yep.
And then she came out and said something about Mackenzie friend, and I said no, here on the Human Rights Act, Article 6.
that's correct.
And she was okay with it.
Yep,
Until I started to do my job, which my job was to establish,
That's
is
it.
there a case, yay or nay?
oh yeah, or nay.
Yeah. So the judge kept tricking you into
Yes.
getting the other side
Yep,
to give you some documentation,
yes, I'm calling,
Which-
I'm
which-
claiming his proceedings.
which she want to deceive you to believe it's a proceeding. So
Yep.
can you hold up that folder?
Oh yeah, oh
Uh-huh.
yes.
So the other side gave a folder in court and a committal hearing.
See
This
it
big,
here?
turn it sideways. See how full it is.
See?
Yeah, yeah. Now they haven't served anything at all before now, and all in court they have all this stuff.
And they wanted, they were expecting
So
me
to read and digest this.
and digest this.
Yeah. So this is Great British Justice live.
Yep.
So the
All
next,
of this.
yeah. So the next thing is, what else have we got on the?
And all I served on them today, one sheet of paper, because one sheet does plenty.
One, yeah. So your sheet, you asked the judge.
Yes.
I was gonna say something else. So
Oh.
let's call her a judge.
Let's call her a judge today.
My parents always told me not to judge.
That's correct.
So
yes.
anyway, so you asked her if she received your sworn affidavit,
Yep.
and she wouldn't answer.
Here it is. One sheet.
It was served in the court,
One sheet.
and she wouldn't answer yes or no. So all these judges are not answering questions.
Bundle of paper.
Yeah.
One sheet.
And there is nothing in this bundle of paper that can stand up in a court of law. This is, I don't know. Who's going to pay for all that forest destruction?
Yep.
Anyway, so she wouldn't answer if she got your sworn affidavit, but then she ordered you, ordered, she's a judge, so she ordered. She didn't stamp you on the back.
Not yet.
She's working on it.
Yeah, she is.
They don't have a court stamp, but
see-
they must have another kind of stamp
Them have
waiting
another-
for you there.
Yeah, I'm sure they
Yeah?
do. That's why I gave her the slavery speech this afternoon when I came in.
Yeah, I know. I got one on my ass, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, I call it a tattoo, but well, they're not putting it on the paper, so I might as well. I might as well do something, you know. Because if they don't put it on the paper, it's toilet paper,
You're
isn't it?
terrible.
So we're getting in that general region at the moment. Okay, so she then asked you,
Yeah.
without admitting that she got your sworn paper, she asked you to go on the podium and swear.
And swear. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So you have to double swear.
So I had to double swear.
And she wouldn't admit.
But I told her that I will not swear, I will affirm.
Yeah,
And
but
I told her that
yeah.
I
So
would
you
affirm.
so you went there and she was trying to trick you into accepting all kind. So being your representative and assistant under Article 6 of the Human Rights Act,
Yep.
is it 1998 or something? I stepped up to assist you, and I kind of said, well, you should ask the judge for the court records
Yep.
to see your court records
Computerized
and to be
records.
served and to get the computerized records.
Yep.
And then she threw me out.
Yep.
She told the security to get me, and the
The
security.
clerk. Is a clerk.
He's a clerk.
Yeah.
He loves me. This guy loves me.
I know he does.
You know, and he didn't want to throw me out, so I
Anderson.
volunteered and walked out.
Anderson Clark.
Because I could have kind of said, call the police and arrest me, and I'm going to say
Yep.
it could be quite an interesting one.
Yep.
But I was a bit hungry, and want to go down to this. But it could have been an interesting one,
Yeah.
because we would then bring up the false court proceedings and
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
and it would bring it back. And I think that's a very good strategy for anyone. We did that the other day in a different court, and we got a crime number out of it
Yeah.
against the offending parties, and it is being investigated, and they're asking for forensic report and an expert witness statement. So that's pretty strong and progressive in to try and, you know, help the public to get a bit of reasonableness from the courts.
Yes, yes.
So I think most people will be very relieved, and an opportunity, you know, is coming up for people who are morally inclined, who work in the justice system, to kind of shift over to the right side of the law. So we got to keep it positive, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay, so what else happened today? So in the hearing, they kicked me out. So in there, they said there's an adjournment, and then Keeda must be served or provided with certain documents.
Yep.
So she's shying away and making up her own list and all that.
Yep.
But it is brilliant, because
Yep.
we're now into the documents.
Yep.
Bottom line, they could not move from the presentation and
Yep.
sworn affidavit that we made. And we have the time and opportunity to ask for the
Yep.
computerized court record and the court file. And the fee.
And the fee.
Did they pay a fee?
Did they
Oh
pay a
boy,
fee?
they're cheap. I'm a freeloader, you
I
know.
am so eager to see
I'm a
what...
freeloader.
I know you are.
But I pay the court fees because I don't take chance with my liberty. The County Court Act 1984
I really want to see the
is
computer
7 years
Very
per
curious.
item. So anyway, we
Very
came and they
curious.
came up with some other bits and pieces outside. They came. So we asked them at every turn, every opportunity, where is the court record? Where is the file? Where is the sealed application?
Yep.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
And nobody answered, give a straight answer.
Yep.
So long and short of it, we done brilliant.
Yep. I think so too.
Your turn to cook. Thank you
'Cause-
very much. A woman's place is in the office.